Whipta if I removed a hedge because my neighbor keeps demanding that I pay to maintain it? I live on a corner lot. We have one neighbor directly behind us and another to the side. Instead of a fence around our backyard, they're an #39, a large hedge that was already there when we bought the house. It was planted by the previous owners. Part of the hedge runs along the property line with the neighbor behind us, part runs along the side neighbor and #39's property, and the third side faces the road. We Don and #39 T regularly have the hedge professionally maintained because it honestly stays in pretty good shape. We usually only get it trimmed every 3 to 4 years when it starts looking overgrown. The issue is that the neighbor behind us constantly asks us to trim it. Her latest complaint is that it and #39 is supposedly attracting raccoons. For the record, I haven't and #39 T seen raccoons in our yard, and Don and #39 T really understand why the hedge would be causing a raccoon problem in the first place. She also insists that the hedge is entirely on our property. I and #39 am not actually sure if that and #39 is true since it was installed before we bought the house, and because of that, she says we should be responsible for 100% of the maintenance costs. Every time we and #39 paid to have it trimmed, it and #39 has basically been because she complained enough that we gave in, not because we thought it needed it. Another factor is that we Don and #39 T really have much use for the hedge ourselves anymore. We Don and #39 T have any pets, and our kids have all moved out, so we Don and #39 T need a large enclosed backyard or a big privacy barrier the way we might have years ago. If the hedge wasn't and #39 T already there when we bought the house, I probably wouldn't and #39 T choose to install something like it myself. Now she and #39 is pressuring us again because family is coming to visit and she wants the hedge trimmed before they arrive. She still doesn't and #39 T want to contribute anything toward the cost. At this point I and #39 am wondering if it would be easier to just remove the hedge entirely. If it and #39 is truly on my property and I and #39 am expected to keep paying a few $100s every time she decides it needs maintenance, then I and #39 D rather not have it at all. The thing is, she doesn't and #39 T have a fence on and #39 her and #39 side. The hedge effectively acts as a privacy barrier between our properties, so she and #39 has technically been benefiting from it too. If I remove it, there would be no barrier there, which I and #39 am honestly fine with. But I also think she and #39 D be upset if the hedge disappeared completely. I and #39 am no.